This is a podcast from soof.co.uk. Hello, I'm Patrick Downs. This is all about film, whether it be Blu-ray, DVD or streaming. This is Bring the Film. Mother's Instinct focuses on two best friends and neighbours whose perfect lives in 60s suburbia are shattered by a tragic accident involving one of their children. The story follows Alice and Celine as their sisterly bond is gradually undermined by guilt and paranoia, and a gripping battle of wills develops, revealing the darker side of maternal love.
Did he have any? Did he have any?
No, but just one could kill him.
And he knows that.
I'm a terrible mother.
You're a wonderful mother. And a wonderful friend.
Maybe I need a glass of wine.
Might I interest you in something stronger?
Starring Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastein. Our correspondent Hayley Donaghy caught up with Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastein about asking Anne how she came to collaborate with Jessica on the film Mother's Instinct as co-stars and co-producers.
Well, Jessica and I met on Interstellar, but we met more on the press tour than we did because we were characters that didn't have any scenes together. And and we just, I don't know, we just started hanging out more and more and more. And then eventually we fell in love. And then, so when she sent over the film that this was based on and said she was interested in exploring it and doing an adaptation in English, I was just all in. It just seemed, I was just really excited to go on a creative adventure with her and see what it was like and learn from her, as I do in so many ways. And then one very grim June in New Jersey, we made this very dark film.
Yes.
And now we're back to just having fun.
Thank God.
Thank God. The mood is lightened. And Jessica, director Benoit Delhomme, he said he thought he couldn't have made this film had he not been a father himself. I wondered for you, kind of being a mother yourself, what that kind of aided you in delving into Alice's character and obviously the story as a whole.
Oh, gosh. I didn't think in terms of my personal life, in terms of being a mom. I thought a lot about what would it be like to be in a society and to be in love with a man, in a partnership with a man who really had the power to commit you if you weren't towing the line in some aspect. And the one role for Alice that she's really valued by and visible in society is that of mother. So how important does that then become? Yes, of course, there's an emotional connection and love and desire to nurture her child. But it's also a societal thing of like what happens when you're denied the thing that has given you value, which is motherhood in the 1960s. And so that's really kind of was my way in to the character.
Absolutely. And like you talked about those emotional scenes and those sort of painful emotional moments, how do you kind of approach them at the start of the day? You know, they're coming up, they're on the script that day. And kind of how do you recover after those moments?
I'm not just saying this. I've genuinely blocked it out. I don't know. What I remember is I asked Jessica and Benoit, who I was lucky enough to work with on a film called One Day. And I know Jessica worked with beforehand also. And I said, guys, I know we've got history, but I need you, please only call me by my character's name. Please do not ask me about my personal life. Please do not ask about my children. I know you love me, but, and I love you too, but I just need to just kind of walk through a threshold every day. And then at the end of the day, I need to leave. And so I just kept a very, very sizable gulf between myself and the character. And I don't know. I don't really remember how it happened. It was just 24 days. And I just remember looking up. And then like moments when I felt like I was myself, I would look up and I would see Jessica like gripped by anxiety. And I'd be so worried and be like, oh, no, it's not Jess. It's Alice. And so it was a very strange blur.
The longest and the shortest 24 days on a film.
And now it's nice. And now we're back to this part, which is so much better.
I know. I actually wanted to ask you about that, you know, it does sound very, very short. What does that actually mean in practice? Is it really long days? Is it every moment of every day kind of spent together, meal times, all the rest of it?
No, I mean, we were both producing it as well. And it was a very limited budget for a period piece film. So there were days we didn't know. We're like, we don't know if this scene will be in the movie. If we don't shoot it today, it's cut from the movie. We're not going to shoot it. So it was quite stressful.
Yeah.
Working with that kind of speed. I mean, we'd get, as Annie was saying earlier, we'd get 2 takes sometimes of something. It was really, I mean, it fed my anxiety. That's for sure.
I have to say, Jessica only ever needed 1 take. I've never seen anything like it. It was such a take one performance, like crazy. But that also upped the ante because I was just like, I cannot leave my scene partner hanging in this. So it, as Jessica said, really, really well. It was both the longest and the shortest shoot because you just literally couldn't ever drop. You couldn't take your eye off the ball. And so even if you got a break, you couldn't actually take a break. And so we were just kind of in it, and we did the deep dive.
Yeah.
And then we came up, and we haven't talked about it.
I know. Well, we did. We
did. No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm just exaggerating the dramatic effect.
I know that things can't be the way they were, but please forgive me. I'm sorry, and I need you.
It's Mother's Instinct, and it's available now. And with that, thanks for checking me out on the Bring the Film podcast today. I'm Patrick Downs, and you can keep in touch across Twitter at I'm Patrick Downs, also on Instagram, or facebook.com/officialpoptart. And there's also the website, soof.co.uk. This is a podcast from soof.co.uk.